am excited for today. I am ready to read how irrational pregnant women are. One of my favourite things to do is to throw up a question on Facebook and then to read your replies. I've written things like, what inappropriate thing has your kid accidentally drawn? That was fun. And today's question that I've asked, which garnered 6,500 replies, is, what irrational thing have you done while pregnant? This all stemmed because a friend of mine told me when she was about 6 months pregnant, she called her husband and said, please, on the way home, can you swing by Hungry Jack's and pick me up a Whopper with cheese? So he gets home and he's got her a Whopper, no cheese, right? Because you have to order them separately. She became so irate, she kicked him out of the house, threw the burger in the bin in sheer disgust that it didn't have a tiny slice of cheese like she asked for on the burger, kicked the husband out of the house for about 18 hours. Then she said she was so sad and so hungry that she went to the bin. She got the burger out of the bin and ate it whilst crying. So what I'm about to read to you is perfectly acceptable behaviour while pregnant. My husband made me roast vegetables for dinner, and I was able to actually keep it down. So I asked him to make it exactly the same the following night, and cried inconsolably because the carrots were a different size. I asked my husband to get me a pepperoni pizza for breakfast, and he said no. So after he left for work at 11 a.m, I got home delivered, ate the entire pizza and hid the evidence. He came home 10 minutes after I cleaned up with a pepperoni pizza as a surprise. I ate one piece, then cried hysterically because I felt sick. I sold my car. I cried so much, my partner said we can ring the people and ask for it back. I made my husband drive around town at 10 p.m. because I needed chocolate cake. After an hour looking, I had to settle with a chocolate glazed Krispy Kreme and bawled because it wasn't chocolate cake. He then came home the next night with a mud cake from Woolies, and I cried because I didn't want it anymore. There's nothing like the image of a pregnant woman eating a chocolate donut and crying with utter dissatisfaction. I bawled my eyes out because I saw a really cute little truck that looked like an old milkman's truck. I cried for an hour because I just thought it was so cute. I cried in the frozen aisle of the grocery store because my favourite ice cream had been discontinued. I watched a documentary about a mother polar bear abandoning her cub, and I sobbed uncontrollably, offering it my own breast milk through the television while simultaneously trying to plan a trip to rescue it. Oh God, you guys are amazing. I got diagnosed with gestational diabetes when pregnant with my daughter. The day I found out, I'm not laughing at that. That's not the funny part. Oh, sorry. The day I found out, it's just the anticipation of what's going to happen. It's making me laugh. And it's so inappropriate to laugh because I had a friend who had gestational diabetes and it's not fun. The day I found out, I also had to be admitted to hospital for other health issues and wasn't even in my own room. So when I rang mum to tell her I was in hospital, I was hysterical because I had diabetes and couldn't eat 6 super dupers a day anymore. Oh, you poor thing, Jade. I think my most overreaction when pregnant was bawling my eyes out watching a policeman direct traffic while the lights were down. I was overwhelmed with pride for him doing his duty for the public. That policeman would have been like, okay, through you go. Oh my God, why is that woman crying so hysterically? I sat on the kitchen floor and sobbed for almost 2 hours because my husband had put the beef mince in the freezer instead of the fridge. Yeah, I feel like that is allowed. I feel like that is very much allowed. My dogs had a litter of puppies when I was pregnant. Every person who came and bought a puppy, I cried to, telling them how much I loved that particular puppy. My mum ended up warning people that she has a hormonal pregnant daughter who is attached to all the puppies. I sent a text to my baby's father to bring me a frozen Coke. He walked in with nothing and I smelt cheeseburger on his breath. I got so upset I was bawling. So we went back to his car and got the frozen Coke out. Turns out he was just trying to play a trick on me. I didn't talk to him for the rest of the night and cried even more because I was so upset that he played a prank on me, knowing how much I wanted the frozen Coke. I was craving a potato salad and we were going to a friend's house for dinner, so I bought some. They forgot to serve it at the dinner, so I went into the bathroom and cried. I then forgot to grab it on the way out. The following day, my husband had come home from work because I was so distraught because I just wanted to go and get my potato salad. He left work to go and buy a salad and brought home the wrong one. It finishes there, but I feel like that divorce was on the cards. Imagine writing the reason for divorce is because my husband bought the wrong potato salad home. I cried because of an international car commercial, and when my partner laughed at me, I didn't speak to him till the next day. It's just like, it's so irrational. It's just so irrational. It's like, I feel so bad for these poor women, and then I feel so bad for their partners who have to deal with it. Like, being pregnant seems quite a challenge. It's a lot of work. Dealing with a pregnant person is also quite a challenge. I kept going into the kitchen, but would then forget why I was there. I did this 5 times in the space of an hour. I finally remembered that I wanted to make a coffee, but then I couldn't find the coffee. I burst into tears when I finally found the coffee right in front of me this whole time. Then I threw my coffee cup on the ground and smashed it into 1,000 pieces and stormed out of the room. I cried and yelled at my husband for not bringing home chocolate milk when he was out doing the groceries. I specifically asked for chocolate milk. My husband reminded me of the time I cooked a 3-course meal, and when he asked why we were having mash and not roasties, I binned the entire... She binned the entire dinner. I then took the day off work after watching Marley and Me because I cried so much I burst a blood vessel in my face. I also sat down in a garden chair in a shop and cried because I didn't have a garden. Oh my God, Kirsten, you are irrational. I threw my... This is really funny. I threw my dinner on the floor in anger like a toddler because when I got to the table and tried to sit down, my husband made beep, beep, beep noises. I stopped in the middle of the street and took my shoes and socks off, threw my socks in the bin and shouted at them because they rubbed my ankles and hurt. Some of my friends asked me over for dinner and I told them I was craving mashed potatoes. When I got there and they served dinner, they didn't make mashed potatoes. I cried and walked out. I still can't believe I didn't even stay for dinner. I called a meeting at work because someone drank my milk. That I kept ice cold for my cornflakes that I was heavily craving at the time. I was so upset that during the meeting I cried big snotty tears the whole time. A family friend of mine was pregnant and really wanted lasagna. She found a frozen one in the freezer, but when she put it in the microwave, she forgot how to use it. So she took the lasagna out of the microwave and ate it frozen and cried. I sat on the floor and cried for 45 minutes because I dropped a bottle of sweet chili sauce. It didn't smash or spill, I just dropped it. When my husband offered to help solve my sadness, I kicked him out of the house and told him I was an independent woman and didn't need his help to raise my baby. All because she dropped a bottle. Reason for divorce? I dropped a bottle of sweet chili sauce. I cried because I couldn't find my car keys, so I picked up my phone to call them. Then I cried when my husband pointed out that you can't call your car keys to find out where they were. I cried because the weatherman on the news is getting old. I woke my partner up hysterically crying. He didn't think it was a big deal, but to me this was heartbreaking. This sounds like a legit reason, but I cried when my husband burnt the tinned spaghetti I was craving. So I threw the whole pot on the ground and cried because it was ruined. I then proceeded to cry and eat it off the floor while he laughed at me. While pregnant, I broke up with him because he used to call me Waddles, which I sort of thought was cute, and then one day I didn't think it was cute, and I was convinced he hated me. He was staying with his mum at the time, and I called his mother and told him he is welcome back home because I need things off the top shelf, and also because I miss him. When I was pregnant, I threw my partner's thick shake out the window because he was drinking it obnoxiously. Amanda! I cried at the self-serve checkout because it called for assistance. Oh, if you want to see more videos like this, click the playlist thing that pops out here. I don't know which side it is. Yeah. Good, great. Thank you. It's also worth noting that I've signed up for a Facebook supporter group, so come and join the Hull family for $4 a month. I do a bunch of lives. I do a lot of lives, mostly washing the dishes. It's just like a bit of a cash chat. I give away freebies, for example. Oh, see these? Do you want to win yourself a mini? You don't? Of course not. Who would want that? Well, I'm giving those away to people that sign up to be a supporter. So you can find that link in the comments, and I will see you for my next question